Hi, I'm Harrison Keeley. Here's a quick look at today's top stories. First of all, a Chattanooga man has been arrested after he allegedly strangled a woman and then staged it to look like a drowning. JaMichael Harris has been charged with criminal homicide. Police say he killed Inez Burney, left her in a bathtub to stage a drowning, and waited several hours to call 911, but the victim's hair wasn't even wet. Burney reportedly posted a picture of a large amount of money to her Facebook page on Saturday. Police believe Harris wanted that money. WRCB reports Harris is due in court June 17th. We're learning more about the gruesome cannibalism killing of a Bledsoe County woman. Authorities say Gregory Scott Hale met 36-year-old Lisa Marie Hyder of Pikeville sometime over the weekend. Police believe the two didn't have any prior connection. The woman then went with Hale to his parents' home, and she was killed while sitting with Hale around a fire pit outside. After the murder, an affidavit says Hale beheaded her and cut off her hands, placing them in a bucket. He buried her torso in a burn pile. He also admitted to eating part of the victim. Hale tried to get an acquaintance to help him dispose of the rest of the body, and that man told police. Hale has been charged with murder and abuse of a corpse. He's being held on a $1.5 million bond. He'll appear in court June 16th. Planners are eyeing a major bypass around Chattanooga. The highway would be the biggest road project in the area since the construction of the interstate more than 4 decades ago. Officials say the bypass would ease bottlenecks in the city, help commuters, and better connect regional towns like Dalton and Cleveland. Brian Anderson, chief of the Dalton Chamber of Commerce, says it's estimated that 80% of existing traffic isn't stopping in Chattanooga or the area, but just passing through. The concept would also likely open new parts of the region to economic development. The 200-mile loop is one of 4 new growth scenarios for the area, developed by planning group Thrive 2055. There's no time frame for construction and no cost estimate for the project, though it would likely cost hundreds of millions of dollars. The Bessie Smith Cultural Center in Chattanooga was robbed hours after the annual Bessie Smith Strut. Police say someone broke into the center early Tuesday morning and took a large amount of money. WRCB reports the safe with all of the cash collected during the strut was stolen. This year, admission to the festival cost $10. Anyone with information is asked to call the police. A Hamilton County Sheriff's Lieutenant has been suspended. Rick Hamrick is suspended with pay pending the outcome of an internal investigation. Hamrick is in charge of courthouse security and is a former court officer of the year. Sources tell WRCB part of the controversy surrounds buying too much food, and some recent lunch expenses at the courthouse are now under review. During the murder trial of Nathan Lalone last week, food costs from several local restaurants totaled between $700 and $1,000. However, the sheriff's office says it won't release any details about the investigation. A man crashed into a tree and died on his way to the hospital in Whitfield County. Early Tuesday morning, dispatchers received a report from 52-year-old Olin Roberts of Chatsworth. He said he had chest pains and was trying to drive to Hamilton Medical Center. About 40 minutes later, his vehicle slammed into a tree in Dalton. Investigators believe a medical emergency was responsible for the crash. Chatham Chemicals has announced its biggest expansion yet. The company plans to build a 5th building on its campus in St. Elmo to boost production of pharmaceutical ingredients. It also plans to invest up to $21 million over the next several years and add 50 new jobs. Finally, the Chattanooga Lifestyle Building has been sold for nearly $5 million. The medical building has been owned by Erlanger Health Systems for 15 years now. Investors Todd Phillips and John Foy hope to turn it into retail, restaurant, and office space downtown. Turning to weather, we'll see scattered showers and thunderstorms today with a high near 82 degrees. The low tonight will be around 65. That's it for today's newscast. Thanks for being with us. You can find more on these stories and breaking news all day long at timesfreepress.com.